So hello everyone, happy to see you and hear you. I hope more of you will join soon. We are again today in the 5th day of the Pranic Process together. We are very happy to see you all, and also on Facebook, the ones who are joining. We're gonna wait for a few moments, maybe really about 3 to 5 minutes, so that everyone can join. In the meantime, I'm grateful for your presence, the ones who are already in. Very happy to see you again and to be able to connect with you. I'm coming back from a beautiful walk in nature. Here, the surroundings are allowing to be able to go outside and take fresh air, and this is something I'm recommending to all of you, because we do need air in our lungs to be healthy. That's something that goes with the territory. It's natural, and taking care of that is very important for our health and immunity. Also, it's important that we take care of our nutrition, and hopefully you're still in the detox program, those of you who are in the Pranic Process with me. And those of you who are joining on Facebook, before everyone else goes joining on Zoom, I'm going to explain a little bit what we're doing here. So it's 8 days of Pranic Process. Together, we're talking and exercising on raising our frequency, new ways of keeping a high frequency and a high immunity, and also practices and meditations that we do together to be able to maintain a high vibration, a pranic vibration, and to overcome the general doom and gloom of the current situation with a positive, uplifting, and radiating vibration for ourselves and others. And this is happening every night, usually at 8 or between 7 and 8. We'll decide from now on. And it's helping everyone in the group first detox deeply at the emotional, mental, and physical level, and also have a deeper communion with themselves, and have a state of joy and fulfillment during this process and after. It's a gradual transition to a lighter diet as well. We're not teaching people how to give up eating. That's not our focus, but we do share practices that eventually make you feel less hungry and more fulfilled, more complete. I'm going to share, for the ones of you watching on Facebook, I'm going to share the link in the comments so that you can go through the details there and join the whole 8 days process if you wish, and join, of course, the full process of tonight, because on Facebook we're going to be for just a few minutes, and then we transition to only being with our group on Zoom, which is very important to attend to because they're already deep into this detox together. So if you have any questions about this process or this training, please feel free to place them on the Facebook comments, and we can explain for you how you can join. Also, if you have any inquiries about what prana is, what pranic process is, and what pranic nourishment is, you can also ask, and also the ones on Zoom can ask the same. And looking forward to hear your questions and comments about what we're sharing here. So this is an interactive training. We're hoping to have everyone commenting and sharing their opinion, their view also, so that we are happily sharing together. I'm going to take a moment to launch also the YouTube. So we're sharing basically on 3 channels: Facebook, that we can Apparently, there's a lockdown situation. I call it an time of unlocking our true potential and our innate abilities to thrive in situations of crisis or situation of harshness. And it is these times that are actually showing us or pointing us the full potential that we harness within, and the full qualities that we have come to bring into this world. So as I was sharing in the poster that I made the other day, lockdown is a time of unlock, and now you have time to uncover the potential that you weren't paying attention to. So we invite you, and we start tonight with the question of what are the deep qualities that you have within yourselves that are not to this day brought to surface or to fruition, and what could you bring to humanity that is not yet uncovered. Could you focus on that for the next few days? Not necessarily you have to respond to yourself or to us now, but it's an invitation to reflection, to self-introspection, to find maybe the deeper qualities and attributes that you have within yourself, deep within yourself, that can enhance yourself and humanity by you unlocking them. So let's unlock today and open up one more time to the beautiful potential that we have inside. And that's what the Pranic Process does with this training of 8 days together, where we find new ways of raising our frequency together, and through our discussions and through our sharing, we're bringing new light upon our innate potential and upon solutions for humanity to thrive as well. I am amazed and in awe at how many new gatherings are now formed into the world. It's very beautiful that we can join together in this way online. I've been participating personally to so many online meditations and gatherings in the last few weeks, 2 weeks say, that are amazingly powerful for humanity, and it's a great time of sharing between each other. And even today, up to 1 hour gathering with people in India that are focusing on new systems of banking and finances and currencies for communities, so that we can build up actually a new system of sharing goods and services that is more harmonious, and also looking for solution for this time of more difficult situation to some. And they were suggesting to create even a crowdfunding to be able to raise money for the people that are very disadvantaged now in certain areas of India, where they're losing their jobs and they're actually not qualified or not educated, literally, to do another job at the moment. So they were working in factories or companies that were not even under contract, and now they are on the verge of starvation because of not having an employment anymore. So that's a thing that is emerging. I was sharing that another thing that is emerging is a scientific committee, I would call it, a scientific group with several friends from all over the world, cardiologists, neurologists, physicists, physicians, and geneticists and pranic people that are researching the innate possibility of the human body to be nourished by what we call energy, chi, or prana. And we're researching this now, and we're going deeper into the research that has already been done. And that's happening behind the scenes, where everybody's focusing on things that are not positive. We're trying to create a world and new paradigms in which actually things are working, and are working for the better and for the best of humanity. And That's why we invite you all, because the topic of tonight is going to be selfless service, or how you can do something for someone just because you can, without an agenda, without looking for something, without expecting something in return. That's what we're talking about tonight. And how this can uplift actually your frequency for yourself and humanity. This is something I've been doing for years, participating as a volunteer in many gatherings, groups, and communities all over the world. Also the Pranic festivals that I'm either participating to as a speaker or organizing are part of my volunteer work. Also part of my volunteer work is a project that I've made in schools called Energy and Harmony, where we taught in schools for 6 months in 2012 2013 very beautiful ways to stay healthy, from nutrition to ways of playing to ways of breathing to ways of perceiving the subtle realities. We were talking to these children and bringing to them the knowledge and the empowerment of the infinite beingness that they are, because children need to remember this, and they need to really keep that with them along their lives. Because if they forget that, like we did, our generation totally forgot it for a while. If they forget that, then it's taking quite a while for them to recover from that oblivion, from that amnesia, and get back in shape with their bodies and their energy systems to be able to hold the mission that they came here to do. So it's very good that we keep children informed and we keep them healthy right from the beginning at the physical and energy level, and that we share with them all the information that we can in a harmonious and inspiring way, so that they can stay healthy and stay sane actually into this world of chaos. That's how I call it. So this volunteer program called Energy and Harmony is still continuing, and I've been working with various organizations, not only in school but also in private sector, to be able to bring it to various kids camps, with working with kids that were disadvantaged in their families or having some illness that are incurable, and we've worked with them with meditation and mindfulness and healing art and various other techniques of coaching that have brought light into their lives. So that's part of my volunteer work all over the world. Also volunteered to organize the Pranic festival in India that I just ended 2 weeks ago. That was top to bottom mostly funded from my own support and organized with just my energy. I didn't have a team to market it or organize it up to the day of the festival. So doing a lot of that inspires me and really helps me share this energy that I came with into the world and bring more joy to those who we encounter. And I think that's important for each one of us to look at the possibilities that each one we have to bring that joy into the world, and to bring maybe a ray of light, a ray of good, a ray of smile to the people that we meet. I think that's the first step in selfless service, and of course it can go more deeper, and it can expand globally if we have the power and energy to do so. So my question for you for today is, what could you do in an uplifting and harmonious and beautiful way to be bringing more joy into the world, starting from yourself and your family, the people around you, and also of course your workspace, your city, your country, or globally, depending on how much you can extend as yourself. And we invite you to reflect on that, and not necessarily answer now, but if you have an answer now in just a single word, to name a quality or a talent or a gift that you feel you have, that you could bring to humanity naturally without struggle, to uplift the ones around you, what would that be? What's your hidden talent? Maybe some of you can paint, maybe some of you can sing, maybe some of you can do funny karate moves, maybe some of you can dance beautifully and do not do it. Maybe some of you can knit something, maybe some of you can share good words at the right time with the right people so that it uplifts them. Maybe some of you know how to caress so well that you bring solace to a tormented soul. Whatever you know that you can do that brings joy to others, write a word into your comments. So just one word to define one quality, one hidden talent that you might have that would bring service and good and joy to the ones around you, not necessarily publicly, but maybe your lover or your family or your husband or your children. Just something, and type it into the comment just to make a stream of uplifting qualities in the comments. And I'm looking at both Facebook and YouTube now, sorry, and Zoom now, and I'm seeing on Zoom people sharing compassion. Somebody's gift is compassion, and yes, it brings a lot to the world. Somebody's other gift is movement, yes, through yoga or dancing. Somebody is knowing how to sing and make silly videos. We can't wait to see that. Yeah, we want to see your videos, Nicolette. And somebody is saying everything you are sharing is so inspiring and energizing. Oh, thank you so much. And that's inspiring for me to hear your feedback. Thank you very much for your feedback, as always. So yeah, what else? Anybody on Facebook? Do you have any hidden talents or or things, some aces in your sleeve that you can bring into the world? Also abilities and capabilities that you can bring to the world that would be uplifting for the ones around you, for your family, or for us all. What is your gift? Let's see. What are you hiding in your sleeve unknowingly? Not necessarily something that you necessarily practice right now, but you could really look at something that you loved doing as a child. So when I was a child, I always liked to paint and draw, make drawings and write poetry and so on. But painting and drawing, and I didn't paint since my childhood and until I was maybe 35, even 33 or so. So this hidden joy that I had when I was a child, hidden talent, has been forgotten, hidden in some corner. That's why I call it hidden. Not that I was hiding from others, but I even hid it from myself. And I didn't practice that for quite a long time. And when I restarted to do so, to paint and to draw, I had so much joy, like so much fulfillment to just play with color and play with energy in the form of streams of color applied on a paper or on a canvas. I'm going to show you a painting, not to brag, but to just share with you a specific energy that's coming on now on the planet. Just a second. So in 2015, I'm gonna just hold it like this. In 2015, as far as I remember, I was in an art retreat with Jasmine. I already was scribbling a little bit back into my old talents, but I went in Spain into an art retreat with Jasmine where we would listen to music and tune into ourselves very deep and pain. And I would I just dreamed very, very beautiful things at that time. This is not necessarily one of the most beautiful, but it is the most important. I don't know if you can see well on both channels, but here are some mountains made in a specific color that I'm just wearing now, and I didn't plan that. This is happening now spontaneously. And here are some symbols that always have to do with the contact of some beings of light that I've seen on my friends' paintings as well. And here is a triangle, very beautiful. So streaming from the sun, here is the sun, here is a triangular shape that is like a portal opening for this golden energy to stream now into the mountains. So it's basically the mountains of Romania being imbued with this energy. That's what I was sensing back then. And long after, so in 2018, I was actually compelled to move next to the mountains of Romania in the area near Brașov, and this started streaming. So I've worked with these mountains the years before, but not at the time that I painted. At the time of that I painted, I had no idea what I was doing. Truthfully, I was just channeling energy. And then I moved here and I started to work with them diligently every day, and I'm still here, and this is now happening. Like what you see in this painting, hold that image in your hearts and multiply it and replicate it and just feel it in your hearts as happening, because it is happening. This portal is now open. This golden stream of energy is flowing like for at least 2 years or more in our mountains. And this painting is actually a premonition. So you see, and I was just playing, so I wasn't doing any serious stuff from my perspective. But this is what happens when we just let go and let flow, let the energy flow. So again, for those of you on Facebook that are not saying anything, okay, so Vishna has talent, his humor, very important in especially in crisis situation. Who else? Elena, what talents do you have that are hidden, that you didn't share for a long time with people? What do you know to do that is a good service, is a good, it can be a silly funny thing, it can be an artistic thing, it can be something you love to do as a child. Just share with us in one word, what are your hidden talents that you can bring into surface, and then I'm going to tell you why I'm asking, because it's a gift for everyone now. So could you share, please? So those things that you would like to do, you know, when nobody's watching, maybe, that are beautiful and um, powerful, but you're too shy to share them with the world. That that might be your hidden talent. You know, singing in the shower is one of them. Whatever. Painting, says Elaine. Yes, yes, yes. I was just talking to Elaine the other day during our one-on-one pranic process, and she was sharing about having forgotten her creativity. Well, now, because we're in this sitting at home phase, it's time for us to have more and more creativity and to use it. I mean, to not to put it to service. I mean, how beautiful would it be, for example, if we all had an art retreat together? An art retreat where we gather together online after this process, and for 1 hour or 3 hours we just share beautiful art on canvas of whatever we feel to channel, and we share it with, we have a specific music and we have a specific setting and this and that. We can have all that and we can enjoy it actually. So say yes if you're interested in an art retreat of such. Okay, so this is also part of service, you know, bringing beauty into the world through your talents, through showing out your hidden qualities that you were too shy to display. And I'm gonna say something that sounds harsh, but it's not meant to be harsh, it's meant to be uplifting, and to, you know, bring you into a deeper acknowledging of yourself. Keeping these things to yourself, not showing them, not displaying them, not working with them, is actually kind of selfish in some way. not the harsh selfish word, but it's like for fear of not being accepted or applauded, you hide some specific gift that divinity has given you to be able to stream your light into the world. And that's not cool. You could change that by just showing that talent up. And remember that in this time of not doing much at work or not working at all, it's time for us to reassess what we really like to do in our lives, because your lives might change professionally if it hasn't already, and you might really need to find deeper creative modes to earn your finances because the old ways might no longer be available. So, in that theme, I'm just gonna share that there are actually people that are have been forced through various situations that seemed like crisis to get on their life path and share their life gift. And I'm going to tell you this to encourage you with not going into the doom and gloom of what's happening now with people losing jobs. I'm going to share the story of Julio Iglesias. How many of you know the singer called Julio Iglesias? He's quite famous for romantic music. Type yes in the comments if you heard about him. I'm curious to know if I'm addressing the right public. Also the ones on Facebook, if you will. Just type yes in the comments if you know Julio Iglesias. He's a famous singer of Spain, I believe. Yeah, somebody shares, I have nothing hidden, I'm an open door. Some of us just have new things to learn and discover. Yes, it's very true. So when I say hidden, I don't say hidden from us. It's hidden maybe from yourself that you haven't discovered yet. I'm not saying that you hide something from us. I'm just saying that you might be hiding this gift from yourself in terms of not acknowledging it. So to clarify that. Yes. So some know Julio Iglesias. Well, for those of you who don't know them, I would love more interaction on Facebook actually. It's an interactive workshop, guys, and if you want to be a part of it, just um, start interacting with us. And it's gonna also end soon, so you might want to do to give a look at the link in the comments and see if you want to join for the full workshop and be in our meditation and the other evenings that we're gonna share together until Sunday, and the recordings of it all. That's gonna come now in the comments, hopefully, this link. So I was sharing that Julio Iglesias, the famous singer of very beautiful romantic songs, amazing music, amazing voice, amazing guitar player, hasn't been a guitar player and singer at the beginning. He was a very, very successful football player, actually. And what happened in his life is that at some point during the football game, of course, he was very famous. Of course, he was doing a lot of money and such and celebrity and whatever. And during his football game, at some point, he had a terrible accident. He couldn't move. So he was in bed for quite a while with some bone broken that would have seemed and is tragical to any football player or sportsman or any other person that wants to move, actually. But what happened that during this so-called tragedy, in one of those days when he was laying in bed not able to move his foot, I think he was having trouble with his foot, some friend has brought him a guitar. So out of boredom, because in the hospital he had nothing else to do, he started to play that guitar, and slowly he started to compose very beautiful plays with his guitar. So he has uncovered this new talent. When he was able to get out of the hospital, he took the songs that he has composed and took them to a recording house. I don't know if that's the right term in English. A recording studio, yes. And he told them, well, I have created these melodies because I was getting bored in a hospital. You might want to give them to a singer so that he can sing along with them. And the recording house said, well, but you do seem to have a good voice. Do you want to try and sing over these demos and see if your voice matches your melodies? And that's how, by starting with just playing in a hospital bed, he became one of the most famous and rich and beautiful um, songwriter and composers of the world. So I shared the story to encourage everyone to not expect until a crisis situation forces them to discover their gifts. Just work within yourself and search within yourself what is the gift that you're meant to bring into this world. And even if you don't post it on Facebook in our comments, it's interesting to look and answer at least for yourself and start working with that. And just do it for yourself, and even do it as if nobody's watching. You don't have to share it until you're comfortable with sharing it, but do your own paintings, do your own songs, do your own dancing, do your own creativity stuff, scribbling, writing, whatever, just to bring out that gift. And that's your service to the world at some point when you're ready. So with that, I'm ending on Facebook. I'm sending big hugs to all. Click on the link in the comments or in the description of the video to be able to join us for the full uh, webinar of tonight and the whole set of 8 webinars. We are with an amazing group on Zoom. Absolutely astonishing people that you want to meet apart from me, and we do very, very deep meditation of cleansing, detoxing, and energization with pranic nourishment towards the end of each webinar. So sending you big hugs, many blessings, and see you soon. And if you do want to participate to the full to the full class, just send me a message and consult the link that I sent you. Send me a private message. Sending you big hugs and much love.